Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the next game in the New York Yankees payoff pitch season replay. This is my first, I think it's the first time I've done a live game in this replay. Most of those have been recorded and uploaded, and for some reason I just felt like doing the live version tonight. Uh, no particular reason, just kind of, the thing just kind of hit me, so here we are. So let me get to where I need to be so that we can get going here. Let me fix one other thing. Okay. All right, I think we're okay with this now. Let's double check it. Yeah, okay, that's about as good as I'm going to get, I think. Um, could go a little lower, I guess, with the camera, but I think we're okay there. I think you can see most everything in place. At least I hope so. We're going to go with it as if you can. So how about that? All right, let's get my score sheet clipboard over here and ready to go. All right, like I said, this is game number 45 in the Yankees replay. I do have the stats generated by Digital Diamond for the other teams. So I do have league standings to show you, plus the Yankee individual statistics based off the payoff pitch replay. So, first things first. Make sure I'm wondering if I did this correctly. I'm thinking maybe I did not. I might have messed this up. I might have to restart this. Nope, we're okay now. Okay, I think we're okay now. All right. Had a little snafu there in the beginning, but I think we're okay. These are the standings in the Digital Diamond replay to this point. Like I said, this is game number 45. And the Yankees are 27 and 17 in the replay. They're actually 4 games less than they were in real life. In real life at this point, they were 33 and 13. Yes, RJL, I was going to record this, and I said, you know what? Why not do a live when I just kind of felt like doing it? So saves me the trouble having to upload it and all that stuff. So we're going to go with it. The quality's not as good. I don't get the nice clear quality the way I do on recorded videos, but I guess it's still passable. So anyway, those are the standings for the league. You see Tampa Bay is a game and a half back of the Yankees. Yankees took 2 of 3 from the Orioles, although they did lose the last game. So they are coming out into this series with a 1-game losing streak. Starting pitchers for today's game for the Tampa Bay Rays, it is Ryan Yarbrough, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And the other left-hander for the Yankees is Nestor Cortes. And again, I have all the stats for the Yankees because that's all I really care about because I'm doing the payoff pitch replay. I could care less what Digital Diamond does for the other teams. They're just there to be there. All right. See your starting lineups. There were a lot of roster moves made by the Yankees. DJ LeMahieu is day-to-day, so he's out of there. Giancarlo Stanton is on the injured list, and relief pitcher Jonathan Loaizaga is on the injured list. The Yankees signed Matt Carpenter, and he's in the lineup as DH. They brought up a left-handed reliever, Banuelos, and they brought up a right-handed reliever, McKay, to take those spots. So the Yankees only have 2 bench players. That may come back to bite them. We shall see. They got more bullpen, but they only have 2 bench players, and so it's going to limit any kind of pinch hitting and whatnot that might go on. Like I said, I do have the stats here for the Yankees batters, so I will leave them here if you want to pause the video and take a snapshot. Hopefully the quality of that is okay. I don't know. Looks kind of blurry on my end, but could just be my eyesight as well. Aaron Judge has 19 home runs. He hit that in the game before last, the number 19. He's had 41 games played. So he's a little bit above his pace, I think, that he had last, in the real season. So we go to the pitching stats for the Yankees, and the starting pitcher for the day, Nestor Cortez. He is 3-1 with a 2.40 ERA. He's had 8 starts, and he's pitched 45 innings, given up 39 hits, 11 walks, and 41 strikeouts. All right. Now Tabby has joined. Hold one moment while I get that straight. Tabby, first of all, didn't want to come in. Then she went out. Then she went back in. Then she went out. Now she's back in. So, schizophrenic cat, pretty much is what's going on there. All right. So, we're ready to go. And actually, look at the lineup. Aaron Judge is leading off in this game. Kind of a strange spot in the order for Aaron Judge, but that's what Aaron Boone has him. He has him doing that. So, it's just the way it works. Again, I don't use the fast action cards. I'm strictly using the... I think it glares too much on that batter card, isn't it? I'm strictly using the charts. I'm hoping that I have enough that the focus is okay on this. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Anyway, we'll do what we can. So leading off for the Yankees, of course, is Aaron Judge. Like I said, it's kind of a strange place for him to lead off. But Aaron Judge enters the game hitting .247, 19 homers, and 34 driven in. And Ryan Yarbrough, the lefty, is ready to go. And the Yankees won this game in real life. I believe it was 7-2 or something like that. So we'll see if history can repeat itself. Yarbrough, 9 is in play. 71 in play against a lefty. That's well out of range. 71's a ground ball to second. So Aaron Judge will ground to second for out number 1. And this game is underway. Number 2 hitter is Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo enters the game struggling at 186, 5 homers and 20 driven in. Lefty on lefty matchup. That's a 2, which is wheelhouse. But unfortunately for Rizzo, that's an 89. He's still going to get a base hit. Rizzo will still get a base hit. So, and of course, the one thing I forgot to do was get the little runners out there. I know I always forget to do something, and that's the danger when you go live. You don't get a chance to pause the video and get that stuff out there that you need to take care of. So, not a feline delay, but a base runner delay. So let me get my base runners out there. Tabby is scrolling near my feet, so that could be a delay at any time. Who knows? So Anthony Rizzo with the single, courtesy of the wheelhouse chart. So he's aboard with 1 away. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Gleyber Torres, the second baseman. And Gleyber Torres enters the game hitting .293, 8 homers, 27 runs driven in. And I need one more thing, if I can find it. There they are. I have Tampa Bay's base running little things, but I forgot to cut them out. So let me do that real quick. It takes about 2 seconds, and we'll get this going. So I can play while I'm doing that, I guess. Gleyber Torres against Yarbrough. 3 is defense, so we're going to the defensive chart to see what comes up for a defensive check. 65 says we are looking at an error rating of a third baseman. So third baseman in this case is Diaz, Yandy Diaz for Tampa Bay. His defense error rating is a 4. And we go to Tropicana Field. A 4, 1 to 54 is going to be an error. So a lot of errors at Tropicana Field, apparently. 1 to 54 will be an error. And it is going to be an error. It's a 21. And that's a 9. So a shortstop, third baseman and a 9. It's actually going to be ruled a single plus an error. So that's going to put runners at second and third. Credit Torres with a single, sending Rizzo to second, but then the error is going to advance both base runners to second and third. So single plus the E5. And the Yankees are in business. They have 2 on with only 1 out, and Miguel Andujar, or Andujar, however you want to pronounce it, is at the plate. Hello, Doug. How are you doing? Andujar, in limited duty, is hitting 111. He's 2 for 18 No homers and a run driven in. The Rays will play the infield back early on. We get a 7, which is patient 51, and that's well out of range. 51 is a ground ball to third, and with the infield back, that's going to score the run. So the Yankees will, and the runner on second will have to hold. So the Yankees will take a 1-0 lead. They didn't want to have a big inning, so they were playing the infield back, and Rizzo comes in to score to make it 1-0 Yankees. But now there are 2 outs with 2 on. I'm sorry, 2 outs and 1 on, as they got the runner out at first. And that brings up Joey Gallo. He just came back off the injured list. One of those guys that returned for the Yankees. He's in right field for this game, but he's struggling big time. Joey Gallo hitting 112, 11 for 98 on the season. 2 homers, 7 runs driven in. He has struck out 48 times. Thank you, Doug. It's a little blurrier than I would like. It's not as clear as it is when I'm recording, but, can't have everything, I guess. Hello, Woodman. How are you doing? Like I said, it was impromptu to do this live. I was really going to record it, and then at the last minute, I was like, you know what? Why not do something different? Why do the same thing all the time? So, and speaking of live, Saturday, of course, the NBC Game of the Week will be live from Three River Stadium. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Montreal Expos, as the Pirates try to catch the Phillies in that division. Almost a must-win situation for them. So that's why I chose that game. All right, so Joey Gallo, like I said, is struggling. See what he can do. 7 is patient, though. 68, but against a lefty, that's out of range. 68 is a ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. But the Yankees do put a run across. And at the end of half an inning to play, it's New York 1 and Tampa coming to bat. And for anybody that came in late, I will show the standings once again. Yankees, after 45 games, are 27-17. They're in real life they were 31-13. So I'm 4 games worse than what they were in real life. Digital Diamond simmed everything else other than the Yankee games. So Tampa Bay is 25-18, a game and a half back. So this 3-game series here in Tampa is for first place, basically. All right, Nestor Cortes taking the warm-up tosses for the Yankees, and he'll be facing leadoff hitter and third baseman Yandy Diaz. Yandy Diaz, and it's refreshing to get the Rays on against here the Yankees, because the Yankees were playing the White Sox and the Orioles, it seemed like, all the time. So nice to get some fresh blood in there, so to speak. Yandy Diaz against Nestor Cortes. That's a 2, which is wheelhouse right away, but that's a 98. So if you're going to put one in the wheelhouse, the 98 rolls, but the best you're going to get. So with the 98, he just flies to left field, and Cortes gets away with one right away. And that'll bring up Wander Franco. He is the designated hitter in this game. Cortes, 8 is tough. 07, that's going to be a strikeout for out number 2. So Cortes, 2 up and 2 down, brings up the first baseman, Harold Ramirez. And there's some guys on the Rays I really don't know that much about. Harold Ramirez is one of those. Don't know a whole lot about him. Cortes, 9 is tough, 43. And that's going to be a base hit. Ramirez against the lefty, a 1-43 will be that base hit. And so Ramirez is aboard with a 2-out single. And that'll bring up the popular Randy Arozarena, left fielder. Cortes, 7 is in play. 62, though, is going to be a fly to right that's going to end the inning, as Gallo will put it away. For the Rays, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the second. It is 1-0 Yankees from the Trop. Yarbrough back out. Yarbrough. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I always thought it was Yarbrough, but it's spelled Yarbrough. So I don't know, RJL, if you know for sure if it's Yarbrough or if it's Yarbrough. I don't know the exact pronunciation on that. Not that it totally matters, but all right. Here's Isaiah Kinafalefa I do know that pronunciation. Kiner-Falefa is hitting 310. One of the surprises for the Yankees. A homer and 13 driven in. That's a leaner. I'm going to re-roll that. That is a total leaner. That white D6 was a total leaner, so we're going to redo that. We get a 7, which is patient. 20. That's going to be a walk. So Kiner-Falefa will draw a leadoff walk to start the inning. And that's going to bring up Jose Trevino, the catcher. Infield for the Rays looking for 2. Yes, because you are a Florida guy, so I figured you would know the Tampa Bay Rays inside and out, along with the Marlins. Probably ought to ask ID because he's a Tampa guy, but then again, his pronunciations are, well known. 3 is defense 60. Defense 60 is an error check on the third baseman Marwin Gonzalez. Marwin Gonzalez's defense at third is a 5, best you can have. So still a 1 to 41 is going to be an error. So like I said, Tropicana Field seemed to promote a lot of errors. 1 to 41 is an error, but that's a 40, so it will be an error, and that's a 9. So third baseman error 9 again, single plus error, just like we had with Tampa Bay. Oh, I'm sorry, third baseman was not. I had the wrong team. That was not Gonzalez. It's the third baseman is going to be Diaz. And he made an error on the same play earlier, and he's going to make an error again. So same thing, single plus an error. So Yandy Diaz has made 2 errors in 2 innings. Single plus the E5. And it could just be my terrible rolling. I don't know. But runners are on the corners with nobody out for Matt Carpenter. And this is his first game with the Yankees, so he has no stats to report right now. They just signed him. Yarbrough. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So Carpenter is up with the runners on the corners and nobody out. Infield is back. They need outs. They want to try to prevent a big inning. Yarbrough really needs a strikeout. That's a 6, which is tough, but a 91. 91 is a ground ball to second. And with that being a 6, he's a 6, that's a 7. That's a double play. That's going to clear the bases. The run will score, but that's going to be a double play, and it's going to go 4-6-3. To clear the bases, the run will score. No RBI given. It's Kiner-Falefa scores. I'm sorry, that was not a double play because the runners were on second, third. My bad. What am I doing? It's going to simply be a grounder to second, so the runner goes to third. Boy, this live stuff maybe is discombobulating me here. I don't know. All right, so it's no double play. Forget the double play that I talked about. It's just 1 out because runners were at second, third, not at the corners. All right, now Marwin Gonzalez. I'll get it straight in a minute. Hopefully by the third inning, I'll be all set. All right, now the infield is in. They want to choke off that run, if at all possible. 2-0 Yankees here in the top of the second. Infield is in. 2 is wheelhouse. It's not going to matter whether you're in or out. That's a 16. Now Gonzalez will double. He will not homer. He only goes to 15. But it's going to be a double for Marwin Gonzalez. An RBI double as Yarbrough puts it in the wheelhouse. And the Yankees are getting to Yarbrough early and often. An RBI double for Gonzalez. That will score Trevino. It's now 3-0 Yankees. And up comes the judge. And Tampa bullpen might be stirring very early. Yarbrough. 9 is in play 53. In play 53. Ground ball to first. That's going to move the runner to third. There are now 2 outs. As the first baseman, Ramirez, takes it to bag himself. Gonzalez will scoot to third, but now there are 2 outs, and it's up to Anthony Rizzo to produce a 2-out single. Yarbrough, 5, in play, 0-3. Boy, it just gets from bad to worse. That's going to be a double for Anthony Rizzo on the in-play double. In-play 0-3, that's a double. So Rizzo will double, and Yarbrough is definitely feeling the wrath of the Yankees right now. It is 4-0 Yankees, and bullpen activity for the Rays has already started. Yarbrough just trying to get out of the inning. 7 is patient, 65. That will get him out of the inning. 65 is a fly to right to finally end the inning. But the Yankees put 3 on the board here in the top of the second to take a 4-0 lead. They do it on 3 hits, and there was 1 left. So we go to the bottom of the second, and the Yankees have given Nestor Cortes a 4-0 lead to work with. And Yarbrough may not be coming back out. We'll have to wait and see. Manuel Margot is going to lead off for the Rays, center fielder. 2 is wheelhouse. That's a 14. That is long, and that is gone. Manuel Margot trying to get the Rays back into it, and that is a crushing home run. Both pitchers have wheelhouses in number 2s, and I've rolled 2s a couple of times. And Cortes didn't think much of it, but Manuel Margot goes deep to lead off the bottom of the second. It's now 4-1 as the Rays are on the board. Here's Isaac Paredes. I don't know anything about him. Cortes, 9 is tough, 24. I know he's going to strike out on that low tough number. So there's 1 away for Mike Zunino, journeyman catcher. He's been around to a lot of different teams. Cortes, 4 is ballpark, 31, and that's in the wheelhouse. So we're in the wheelhouse for Mike Zunino. And against a lefty, a 1-79 is a home run. That is long, and that is gone. So Zunino goes deep. Cortes can't stand prosperity. Had a 4-0 lead. All of a sudden, it's 4-2. Back is not quite back-to-back jacks, but strikeout was sandwiched in between. But between the wheelhouse and the ballpark, Nestor Cortes had his undoing. Here's Taylor Walls, another guy I don't know anything about. Cortes, 3 is patient. 91, though, is going to be a fly to left. That is out number 2. So 2 down, and that brings up another guy I don't know anything about, Vidal Brujan. I do know his name is pronounced Brujan. Don't know about the first name. I know the last name is Brujan because I heard the announcer say it, so I know it's Brujan. Cortes, 11 is defense. That's an 18, and that's the range of the shortstop. So the range of the Yankee shortstop, Kiner-Falefa. His range is a C. So C range, 1-44 is a hit. 45 or higher, it's an out. And that's a 99, so that will be an out. And with a 4, that's going to be a line out. Not a ground out, but a line out to short to end the inning. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Rays creep back into it a tiny bit. It's now 4-2 after 2. And Yarbrough is going to come back out, but the leash is very short. As Kevin Cash is not going to wait around too much longer. As the bullpen for the Rays is ready and willing to go. Let's take a look who they might be bringing in. Anybody with some length. Looks like Matt Whistler will be coming on when needed. Here's Andujar. 6 is tough. 16, that's a strikeout. So far, Yarbrough is trying to avoid being lifted so early. 1 out for Joey Gallo. That is an 8, which is tough. 47, and that's another strikeout. So talk about taking Yarbrough out. He starts striking out guys out. So 2 up, 2 down for Kiner-Falefa. A 10, that's ballpark, 50, and that is in play at Tropicana Field, in play. So Kiner-Falefa in play, needs a 31 or less. Does not get it. 73 is a fly to center, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Yarbrough. And that's going to keep him in the game a little bit longer. We go to the bottom of the third. It is still 4-2 in favor of the Yankees. Now Cortes is going to come back out and try to avoid this long ball syndrome he got into. Yandy Diaz will lead it off. Diaz's first time up, flew to left. Oh, that's a Suadice, so we'll re-roll that again. It's an 8, which is tough. 0-4, that's a strikeout. So Diaz with the whiff, 1 down for Wander Franco. Or I guess it's Wander Franco. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I want to say Wander Franco. All right, 10 is Patient 25, and that's going to be against a lefty. That's a double for Wander Franco, or Wanda. I keep wanting to call him Franco for whatever reason, but I think it's Franco. So Wander Franco, I'll just call him Franco whether he's Franco or not. How about that? So it's a double. Should have done my homework on pronunciations, I guess. Here's Harold Ramirez. We get a 7, which is in play, 47, and just out of range. That goes to 44. 47's a pop to short, and that is out number 2. So it's up to Randy Arozarena if the Rays are going to get a little closer this inning. Arozarena flew to right his first chance. 7 is in play, and that's a 0-0. We got a rare play on an in play with runners on base. So runners on base with an in play. So let me find that chart. Runners on base in play. Runners on base in play is right here. So we'll see what we get. We get a 67. 67 runners on base in play. 67. Batter lines out to as many outs as possible. If there are 2 more runners, the ball is hit to third base. Otherwise, the ball is hit to short. Well, that we're already 2 outs, so really you can't get a double or triple play. It's just a line out to short to end the inning. So no runs a hit, no errors, and a man left. So it wasn't very rare because there were already 2 outs. Nothing for the Rays. We played 3 complete here at the Trop. Still 4-2 Yankees. And Yarbrough coming back out. See if he can hold on a little bit longer. Whistler has sat down, so if they bring anybody else in, it'll be somebody other than Whistler. Yarbrough, 9 is in play, 38. That's out of range. 38 is a pop to third. And Yandy Diaz will take care of that. 1 down for Matt Carpenter. We had a 6, which is tough, 31, and that's a strikeout. So I talked about removing Yarbrough, and all of a sudden, he just started pitching like, Sandy Koufax. All right, here is Marwin Gonzalez, third baseman. 4 is in play, 39. That's out of range also. 39's a pop to third. Handled again by Diaz, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning. 7 in a row now retired by Yarbrough. But the Yankees still lead it 4-2. And just so the animals don't get too hot, I'll turn the air back on. All right, so Nestor Cortez out to face Manuel Margot. Margot hit a home run his last time up. Cortez, 6 is tough, 89. And that will be a grounder to short. Kind of Falefa takes care of it, 1 away. Brings up Isaac Paredes. 9 again is tough. 0-9, that's a strikeout. So Cortez trying to match Yarbrough pitch for pitch in these later innings. Here's Zunino. He homered his first time up. We had a 4, which is ballpark. 71, though, is in play. So we're going to Zunino in play. He has to have a 14 or less to get a base hit. And it's a 15. Boy, he just missed it. It's a pop up to second. And that will do it as Torres puts it away. So nothing doing for the Rays here in the 4th. 3 up and 3 down. We go the 5th, still 4-2 favor of the Yankees. Now Yarbrough, 6 is his fatigue inning. So if he starts the 6th inning, he's given up more than 4 runs. He would be tired. So this is pretty much guaranteed to be his last inning. And the Rays will definitely go to the bullpen starting in the 6th. Even if Yarbrough goes 1, 2, 3, they're not going to mess around with it. Here's Aaron Judge, still stuck on 19 home runs, looking for that 20th. We get a 6, which is tough. 13, yet another strikeout. He's done that a lot too. So Judge in the leadoff spot, very rare, and very interesting they would put him in the leadoff spot, but he's 0 for 3. And that'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. He is singled and doubled. 9 is in play, 59. That's going to be a fly to left. 2 up and 2 down. That's 12 in a row now, retired by Yarbrough. But this will be his last inning, regardless. Here's Gleyber Torres. 9 again is in play, 48, and that's going to be a grounder to first. Handled by Ramirez, takes it to the bag himself, and Yarbrough is going to end his outing by retiring 10 in a row. But the damage was done early by the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-2 for Yarbrough. His day is going to be done. And let's see, for Yarbrough, he's going to go 5 innings. He's going to give up, let's see, how many of these hits were, I believe 2 of the runs were unearned. So it's 4 runs, 2 earned. He gave up 5 hits. He walked only 1. He only walked kind of Falefa. That was the only walk he allowed. No long balls. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's what I got him for as striking out guys. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Nestor Cortes back out. We'll be facing Taylor Walls, shortstop. Walls, his first chance, flew to left. Hello, old man. I think it's past your Geritol bedtime, is it not? Have I made tutorials for Payoff Pitch? I may have a long time ago. I know slower board game used to be Strat Delaware. Chris made a whole series of Payoff Pitch tutorials. I think Tony at Cards and Dice TV did as well. I'm sure they're out there. I may have done one, but it was probably so long ago that the quality was probably really, really bad. But I'll be honest with you, I can't remember. But most times, a lot of people can learn the game just by watching it over and over. But I mean, I guess I could do a tutorial at some point if it was necessary. But I think there's several people that have tutorials out there already that you can check out. Just search YouTube for it. I'm sure it's there. 4 is ballpark. That's dangerous, but it's an 84, so that's going to put it in play. So Walls needs a 22 or less. Does not get it. 98's a fly to left. And there's 1 away. So here comes Brujan. He lined to short his first time up. Get a 6, which is tough. 0-1. He's going to strike out. So 2 up and 2 down, and the order flips over to Yandy Diaz. He's 0 for 2. Flew to left and struck out. I probably did, Doug. Like I said, if I did, it was a long time ago. Oh, I digested it a few. Okay, well, like I said, if you search Payoff Pitch tutorial, I'm sure many videos will come up on that. Cortez, 11 is defense, and that's a 71. 71 on the defensive chart is an error check on the third baseman, and that is Gonzalez. And Gonzalez, I think we looked at it once before, he has a 5, so best you can have, but still a 1-41 would be an error. It is a 61, so he does make the play. The 2d6s are a 7, which on the out chart is a ground ball. Would have been a fielder's choice had people been on base, but since the bases were empty, simply a 5-3 ground out to end the inning. 1-2-3. Go the Rays. We go to 6. It's still 4-2 Yankees. And the Rays will need a new pitcher to take over for Yarbrough. And let's see who they want to go to. Might not be Whistler because he had probably worn himself out in the bullpen loosening up. So they're going to go to... Who do they wish to go to here? Coming up for the Yankees is Andujar, Gallo, and kind of Falefa. So I'm assuming they go to a righty. They're going to go to Ryan Thompson. So Ryan Thompson it is. Ryan Thompson. All right, Thompson is in there. Taking over for Yarbrough. He's going to try to keep the score where it is at 4-2. Miguel Andujar is going to lead off for the Yankees. He's 0-2. 8 is Patient. 92, though, is going to be a fly to left. 1 away. Andujar is done. Here's Joey Gallo. Just can't seem to get it done. He's going to go to the Dodgers later on. Right now, the Yankees are, stuck with him. 6 is Tough. 46. That's yet another strikeout for Joey Gallo. So 2 up and 2 down for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. That's a 4, which is in play, but it's a 93, and that's another fly to left. So 1, 2, 3 inning for the Yankees as Thompson makes quick work of the Pinstripers. Go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 4-2. And this is the fatigue inning for Cortes, but since he's only given up 2 runs, he is not tired. He does not have to go to the fatigue pitcher card. But if he gives up that 3rd run, he will. So have to keep an eye and see how many runs he gives up. I was reading a book the other day called 50 Feet from the Bathroom. I don't know if anybody's ever read that book or not. It was written by Willie Make-It, and the artwork was done by Betty Don't. Interesting book. All right, here is Wander Franco. 8 is Tough. 24, and that's a strikeout. Franco is retired. 1 away. Here's Harold Ramirez. Cortes. 9 is Tough. 61, and that's going to be a liner to short. The only result as a liner to short is a 61, and he found it. So he lines it right to Kiner-Falefa. We're out number 2. And that brings up a Rosarena, and if you're the Yankees, that's where you want to face him with 2 outs and the bases empty. Cortes. 11 is Defense. 52. That's going to be an error check on the second baseman, Torres, and his error rating for Torres is a 4. So a 1 to 54 will be an error. Anything higher than 54, he makes the play. That's a 40, so that's going to be an error. And a 5 says 5 error check is a 1 base error. So Rosarena will reach on the error. 2 out error. First error on the Yankees. Rays already have 2 of them, both by Diaz at 3rd. So with 2 outs, runner is at 3rd. I'm sorry, at first. And here's Manuel Margot. Margot homered his first time up, grounded to short his last time up. Cortes. 7 is in play. 22. That's going to be a base hit. And let's see, run rating of a Rosarena. He runs at a 7, so with 2 outs, he gets the extra base automatically. Runners are at the corners. And so that error is going to keep things going. And now the Yankee bullpen is loosening, as they do have right-handed action down there. Marinaccio, the righty, is loosening. But they're going to see if Cortes can finish the inning as Isaac Paredes steps to the plate. 2 on, 2 outs, runners on the corners. 4-2 Yankee lead, but it's in peril. 10 is Patient. 0-4. That's going to be a walk to load the bases. And that may be it for Nestor Cortes, with Zunino coming up, who homered off of him last time. I think the Yankees are going to the pen. So this call to the bullpen for the Yankees, it will precipitate a change, and Marinaccio will be coming on in relief. And I'll get the numbers for Marinaccio in just a second on the replay. He's coming in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. So Marinaccio on the replay. Let's check his numbers. Where are you? There you are. He is 0-0, but his ERA is an even 6. He's pitched 12 innings, given up 9 hits, 7 walks, and 13 strikeouts. So it's his job to get Zunino out of here, if at all possible. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Any kind of extra base hit will put the Rays in the lead most likely. Tabby's squawking and wondering what's going on. But here's the pitch. 10 is tough. 25 struck him out, and Marinaccio does the job. And the Rays leave them loaded. So for the Rays, no runs, a hit, one error, and they leave them loaded. That could definitely come back to bite them. At the end of 6, it is still 4-2 Yankees. As frustration might be setting in on the Rays for leaving the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 7th. And second inning of work for Ryan Thompson. Why not? He went 1-2-3. So why not at least start him out that way? Bullpen activity for the Rays. They do have left-hander Jalen Beeks, I believe it is. Let me double check that. See if he is the one. Yep, Jalen Beeks is going to be coming in to pace Carpenter. So Thompson's going to pitch to Trevino, and that's going to be his last batter. And then with the lefty and switch coming up, they're going to go to Jalen Beeks. But first, Thompson to Trevino. 10 is in play. 96 is a fly to left. That's one away. And that's going to do it. They're going to precipitate the move. Thompson's going to go an inning and a third. Strike out one, give up nothing. And they will go to the lefty out of the bullpen, Jalen Beeks. So Beeks it is. And he'll be in to face Carpenter. Beeks to face Carpenter. 1 out, bases empty. At the 7, which is tough, 92, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. So Carpenter will ground it right to Paredes. 2 up and 2 down for the third baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. And again, the Yankees only have 2 bench players, so very limited on what they can do as far as pinch hitting. Have to stick with who they've got. Beeks, 8 is tough. 13 struck him out. So Beeks did his job. And that's going to do it for him. He's definitely a short relief pitcher. He only comes in and gets a couple of guys out, a couple of lefties they need to get him out. Doesn't have to face 3 batters because the inning's over. That rule goes away when the inning ends. So we go to the 7th inning stretch. Yankees haven't had a hit or even a base runner since the 2nd inning. So they've been completely shut down these last 5 innings. But they're still clinging to the 4-2 lead. All right, Marinaccio back out, only face 1 batter. And let's see, Taylor Walls is a scheduled hitter. Now the question is, we're in the 7th, so we can start pinch hitting. And the Rays do have some pinch hitters, particularly some lefties they can start bringing in. They got G-Man Choi, Brett Phillips, Kevin Kiermaier, and Mejia. So let's see, who would they have to play short? If they wanted to pinch hit, we got to figure out if they got a shortstop. Nobody on the bench is a shortstop, so we have to move somebody else over from another position. Let's see who they could use. Franco's the DH, and he's the main shortstop. So if you take him out, you're going to lose your DH. Boy, that'd be a tough go of it. But I think you got to do it. So Walls is going to come out, and G-Man Choi is going to pinch hit. So some administrative duties here. Wander Franco is going to move from DH to shortstop. And let's see, the pinch hitter here is going to be Choi. But then this is going to be the pitcher spot right here. The pitcher will have to hit now, as the DH is now gone from the Rays. They lose the DH. So the pitcher spot will bat 8th, and Wander Franco will move from DH to shortstop. But they got to get some offense, and unfortunately their shortstop was their DH, and that's the disadvantage you run into in that kind of situation. Whether it's a smart move or not managerial-wise, you can take it up with Kevin Cash. All right, here's G-Man Choi, as he's going to pinch hit for Walls to lead things off against Marinaccio. 6 is tough. 6 tough, and that's a 69. And look at that, G-Man Choi, tough 69's a base hit. So the pinch hitter pays off, at least initially, as G-Man Choi gets himself a base hit. Leadoff single, that'll bring up Brujan. He's not very good either. They might go to a pinch hitter here and bring in a new right fielder. So that's going to be who they want to use here to pinch hit. They're going to use Brett Phillips, and they're going to keep Brett Phillips in the game to play right field. So more maneuvering. Phillips will come in and pinch hit for Brujan and stay in the game to play right field. That still leaves them Mejia, the backup catcher, and Kiermaier on the bench. Marinaccio. Now Lucas Luque, a lefty, is loosely in the Yankee bullpen. Marinaccio, 5 is patient. 0-9, that's a walk. So Brett Phillips walks, and we're going to wonder how long Marinaccio will hang on. Yandy Diaz is coming up. You got righty, switch, and righty, so might be another right-hander coming in. Not to Luque, but it may be a right-hander they want to bring in here. Let's see who they might want to go to. I think the call is being made to the bullpen. They're not going to mess around with Marinaccio anymore. Take no chances, as they say. And they will bring on right-hander Mike King. So Mike King it is. He will be on. Marinaccio ends up going a third of an inning, giving up a hit and a walk and a strikeout, and 2 runners are his responsibility on base. Cortez had gone 5 2/3 before that. All right, so Diaz, your batter. Diaz 0 for 3 in the game. Mike King in a tough spot trying to hold this lead. Does have a lot of toughs in his middle number of his card. We had a 5, which is patient, though. 78, and that's a hit by pitch. He's going to plunk him. Yandy Diaz gets hit by the pitch, and that's going to load the bases. And again, the Yankee bullpen, which has been their comeuppance so far in this replay, is rearing its ugly head again. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out for Wander Franco. And he is the shortstop now, not the DH anymore. Bases are loaded. Yankees are back. They need outs. King, 6 is tough, 37. And Wander Franco is going to get a base hit against him. Since it's tough, it's just a 1-base advancement. But the run, Choi will score. And Phillips will take third. Diaz will take second. It's now 4-3. And Aaron Boone is squirming around in that dugout. That'll bring up Harold Ramirez. And you wonder, yeah, okay, well, Ramirez is going to swing away. Infield's still back. King, 7 is tough. 0-2 struck him out. He needed that in the worst way. And he strikes out Ramirez for out number 1. But now you've got Randy Arozarena. And if you're the Rays, that's who you want up there. Randy Arozarena. Infield can get out of this thing with a double play. Arozarena double play rating's an 8. He's a 9, so it's very possible that he could do it with a ground ball. 11, though, is in play. 73. 73 is a ground ball to second. That's an 11, though. It's not going to be a bit. It's not going to be a double play. In fact, with an 11, it's runner to advance. So the only play is at first base. There are 2 outs. The grounder went to second base, so it's going to be a 4-3 ground out. But the run's going to score to tie the game at 4, and that's going to get Yarbrough off the hook, and it's going to cost Cortez a potential win. Diaz will take third base. Franco takes second base. And now Manuel Margot has a chance to put the Rays ahead. We are tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. King, 11 is in play. 25, that's a base hit. Margot base hit puts the Rays in the lead. Franco, if he runs at a 6 or better, will score from second with 2 outs. He does. He runs at a 7. It's a 2-run single for Manuel Margot. And the Rays have come all the way back and have put a 4 spot up here in the bottom of the 7th. As the bullpen again implodes. King trying to desperately get out of the inning. He's been putting tough pitches, but they haven't been working. 11 is in play. 89. He finally gets out with a ground ball to short. But the damage is done. And the Rays put up 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. As they now take a 6-4 lead on the Yankees. They do it on 3 hits, a couple of walks, and they leave just 1 guy on base. So the Rays now with a 6-4 lead. And what that's going to do now, Beeks now has a chance to be the winning pitcher because he was in there for 2/3 of an inning. So he is now the pitcher record. And so is King, as a matter of fact. But here's the big thing. The Rays no longer have the DH. And we're actually going to have G-Man Choi is going to stay in the game to play first base and bat in that number 8 spot. And the pitcher is going to come up here and bat in the 3rd spot. So Ramirez is out of the game. And the pitcher is going to be in that 3rd spot. But we're at the number 7 spot in the batting order, Zunino. So almost like an American League double switch here. We have to do that to try to keep the pitcher from batting, too quickly. So let me get my lineup straight. Make sure I've got everybody where they need to be. We have Zunino, Choi, Phillips, Diaz, the pitcher spot. I'm sorry, Franco, the pitcher spot. So Ramirez is out of the game. And then Arozarena and Margot and Paredes. Okay. So Ramirez got removed. And now we need a new pitcher for the Rays. The Yankees will lead off with Aaron Judge, who is 0 for 3 from that leadoff spot. The Rays will counter with a right-hander, and they will go to Ralph Garza. So Garza is in. And I've got to see who their closer is. I don't even know who their closer is by the number of saves. Jason Adam had 8 saves. Poche, or whatever it's pronounced, as 7. Brooks Raley has 6. So it's kind of by committee, but I'm going to leave Adam as their closer because he has the most saves. So I'm going to leave him as a potential closer. Right now it is Ralph Garza. He is in to pitch to Judge, Rizzo, and Torres. So the Yankees all of a sudden find themselves on the short end of a 6-4 game and a potential 2-game losing streak if they can't turn it around. Garza, 3 is in play. 80, though. That's going to be a fly to center. And Aaron Judge is 0 for 4 in the leadoff spot. So I'm not sure what Aaron Boone was thinking, putting him in the leadoff spot, but that's what he did. Here's Rizzo. 9 is tough. 97. That's a fly to right. 2 down. 2 up and 2 down, and the Yankees just seem dejected as their pitching has let them down again. Their bullpen, more specifically, has let them down. Forgot to mark off Marinaccio and King. They should be marked off completely the way they're pitching. All right, so Garza. 9 is tough. 31, and that is another strikeout. So Garza with a 1-2-3 8th inning. He's going to set it up for Adam in the 9th. So Garza goes 1-2-3, gets a strikeout, gives up nothing else. King's day is done as he went 1 inning and gave up 4 runs. Actually, let's see. 2 of those runs were charged to Marinaccio, actually. So he gave up 2, and Marinaccio gave up 2. And we got a new pitcher coming in for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 8th. They will go to their bullpen. Coming up for the Rays, it is going to be Zunino and then Choi and Phillips. So with a couple of lefties coming up after Zunino, they will go to a lefty out of the bullpen. And might as well bring in the guy they just brought up, or just acquired and brought in. This says June the 3rd. I don't know why it says that, because he is on the roster. So I'm not sure why it says June 3rd. You know what? I don't think Banuelos is on the roster. I think I screwed that up. So let me try something else. Let me check something else. I think I might have screwed him up by bringing him up. So we're going to 86 him. I don't think he should be there. So we're going to scratch him out. And we're going to use Lucas Luque instead. I know Luque's on the roster. I think Banuelos doesn't come up till next week. So I don't want to use an invalid player, so we're going to use Luque. May not matter at this point where the score is, but we'll see. Zunino facing Luque. 9 is tough, 96, and that's going to be a fly to left. That's one of the things on payoff pitch that's kind of generic, is when you start getting 96s and 97, you know it's fly out to left. There's no personality in the card, in the results the way they are in inside pitch and strat. But payoff pitch has a lot of good qualities as well. So take the good with the bad, if you want to call it that. Here's Ji-Man Choi. 7 is patient, 42. And that's going to be a base hit against the lefty. So Ji-Man Choi steps up with a base hit. He's 2 for 2. He came as a pinch hitter last inning, got a base hit, and he does it again. So Ji-Man Choi with the hit. Brett Phillips is up. He is in right field. He was 0 for 33 against lefties. Luque, 8 is tough, 21, struck him out. Phillips is out of there, 2 down. For Yandy Diaz. Luque to Diaz. 8 is tough, 27, and tough 27 against the lefty is a base hit. But since it's tough, it's going to be, well, with 2 outs, though, the run rating can override that. Let's see, the run rating of Choi, he's only a 4, so he does not get the extra base. If he was a 6 or higher, he would have, but he has to stop at second base since it's tough. And he doesn't have the 6 run rating. So now Wander Franco is up. And by doing that double switch, I'm sorry, the pitcher is on deck, so they haven't got to him yet. They might be able to avoid using the pitcher altogether by doing that double switch. Luque, 4 is ballpark 25. That's in the wheelhouse for Wander Franco. His wheelhouse is a 1 to 38 for a home run. That's a 64. It's still going to be a base hit. Won't be a home run, but will be an RBI single. Since it's in the wheelhouse, runners are going to get extra base. Base hit comes in for the Rays. It's now 7 to 4. 7 to 4 on the base hit by Franco. Diaz will take third base. Scoring is Choi. So now with the pitcher spot due up, they're going to pinch hit with Kiermaier. Or will they use, actually they're going to use Mejia because he's a switch hitter, not a lefty. So they're going to use Mejia because we are at the pitcher spot and they don't have the DH any longer. So Mejia will come on and pinch hit for the Rays. Francisco Mejia. And you wonder if the Yankees might want to go to a right-hander in the bullpen because Luque is getting knocked around a bit. He's given up 3 hits already in a run. So they are going to go to the bullpen. Yankees will go to Miguel Castro out of the bullpen. Right-hander. Try to get out of this. And Mejia is up, but he may get called back as well. And Kevin Kiermaier is actually going to pinch hit for Mejia. So that's the weird rule about baseball. You can have a pinch hitter get pinch hit for when there's pitching change. You can go make another move with another batter, and that is Kiermaier. So Kiermaier is the one pinch hitting. Now that the right-hander is in the game. Kiermaier is there. Playing this almost like a National League game since there's no DH. So Castro to Kiermaier. 5 is tough. 23 struck him out, so it didn't matter. Kiermaier is out of there. So the Rays pick up an insurance run and take a 7-4 lead into the 9th. They do it on 3 hits and they left 2 on base. So coming on to try to close it out is Adam. I guess that's how it's pronounced. It's the way it's spelled. I guess it's pronounced Adam. Jason Adam. Right-hander. 2-3, 156 ERA. 8 saves. So he is on to close the door, try to close the door for the Rays, if at all possible. And he'll be facing Andujar, Gallo, and Kiner-Falefa, unless the Yankees want to go to the bench. Andujar hits .241. He plays left field. They could use Hicks. Let's see about the bench. They got Hicks and Higashioka on the bench. But Andujar hits better than Hicks does. So they'll stick with Andujar. Miguel Andujar against Jason Adam. 8 is tough. 38 struck him out. Andujar out on strikes. Yankees looking to lose their 2nd in a row. Joey Gallo, the batter. 5 is tough. 75. Another strikeout. 2 up and 2 down. It's up to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, or the Yankees will fall. Adam. 3 is tough. 65, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. And that's going to do it for the Yankees. They are done as the Rays win it. After trailing 4-0, the Rays score 7 unanswered runs and shut out the Yankees for the last 7 innings and defeat the Yankees by the score of 7-4. Let's get the hit total for it. Well, the winning pitcher is Beeks. The losing pitcher is Marinaccio. And the save goes to Adam. So for the Yankees, they ended up with 5 hits, and all of them came in the first 2 innings. They were no hit from the 3rd inning on. So they had no hits from the 3rd inning on. The Rays bullpen was immaculate. Thompson, Beeks, Garza, and Adam, outstanding. For the Rays, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 8. I've got them for 11 hits. 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. So there you have it. Final score from the Trop, the Rays with the victory. So when I input this game in Digital Diamond, when I input this game in Digital Diamond, the Yankees will now be 27-18, and the Rays will be 26-18, and they will just be a half a game back of the Yankees. So Yankees have to be careful. The Rays are breathing down their neck, and quite honestly, let one get away from them. It's just the way it is. So I know it's getting late. It's getting late for me, for sure. Like I said, this was just an off-the-cuff thing. I was going to do the recording deal and upload, but then something just told me, hey, let's do a live thing just for the heck of it, you know. So ended up being a good game, I guess, especially if you're a Yankee disliker, or if you are a Rays liker, one or the other. But it looked early on like the Yankees were going to run away with it. But Yarbrough settled down, gave his team a chance, and then the bottom of the 7th, they came through against that weak Yankee bullpen. Marinaccio and King just couldn't get it done. And Cortez had the win in hand and bullpen let it slip away. That's been the story the whole season for the Yankees. They've lost a lot of games late that the bullpen could not hold. So I do appreciate you spending part of your Thursday evening with me. I know it's a little bit later now. We're up to about 10:30 or so on the East Coast. So I do appreciate you hanging in there. I'm going to shut all this stuff down and get ready for bed myself. I do appreciate you tuning in. Remember, on Saturday afternoon, probably around 1 o'clock Eastern, I'm guessing. Got to work it around my grass cutting schedule. I'm going to try to cut the grass early Saturday, so I have time to at 1 o'clock. I'll be freed up, hopefully. And it will be 1975. Inside Pitch, NBC Game of the Week. And the game of the week will be the Montreal Expos against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Dan Worthen against Doc Ellis. And that'll be from Three River Stadium on Saturday. And on Sunday, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball and Replay Baseball will be the Kansas City Royals at the Seattle Mariners. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.